How can you justify eating goblins? They're so cute with tails. And I can see you rolling your eyes like they don't eat goblins. That's not a thing in fiction. Oh, you see this plate right here, Selma's carrying? Guess what? It's honeyed goblin fingers. And this guard has no issue eating them. Like, bro, they even eat druid arm. And if you know anything about D&D, druid's a class. Like, they're eating her race right down the road. And I mean, this woman doesn't really care. But why do they allow this to happen in the Great Collection? Because war and religion. Because see, back in the day, the Great Collection actually fell under the responsibility of Ezeron, the spirit of snow and earth, Glace, the goddess of winter seasons, and Aneru, spirit of wood and lightning. And two of those being nature spirits, they said, hey, you gotta keep the environment in mind. Mortals were like, I don't give a fuck what you say. I'm gonna do what I wanna do. If you don't like it, we're gonna break away. And the spirits were like, you're literally on our land. Like, no, you're gonna listen to it. Well, then war it is. And so the first divine war happened. And so you may be thinking, wait, does that mean the Great Collection beat the gods? Well, the thing is, the spirits were actually winning until a certain god came into play and was dealing with negotiations and just said, hey, let the mortals have their own area and they'll pay for reparations for the whole war. You guys get your own place to the west. Let the mortals do their thing. They'll come back one day. And the nature spirits basically said, okay, we'll let them learn. And that's how the Chaos Plains became first. But what does this have to do with the goblins? Well, the thing is, goblins used to be chill. They used to be sentient. They used to get along with all the races, but they reproduced really fast. They were really non-confrontational, but they were very strict on their own borders and really, really smart. So back in the early days, like they were taking up land, like they had advancements. Their society was doing really, really, really good. And the elves and the orc were like, yo, we're getting outpaced. So they basically created a magical biological bomb that took them from being mild-tempered to becoming extremely violent. Not really a lot of higher cognitive function. And what takes the cake, it destroyed their ability to reproduce by themselves because they wanted to drive the goblins extinct. However, for some reason, the goblins figured out a solution even with their reduced cognitive function. It all became clear with the birth of the first Striga goblin, who has a bit of higher function. And trigger warning for non-great forced impregnation. The Striga goblin developed the brooding pools, which required them only to put women in these pools and eventually they would become pregnant. So the Great Collection did everything they could to demonize goblins and erase the mistakes of the orcs and the elves. The Great Collection propaganda machine worked really, really well. So they turned hunting, killing, and eating and dehumanizing into a patriot act of goblins. But some people got the diamond subscription and was like, we're gonna fix the goblin situation, inserted characters, and started the Goblin Restoration Association to turn goblins back to what they used to be. And while they definitely do need some more members to help the association reach its goal, they're about 25% the way there. So if you would truly like to make the world of my manga series a better place, this is a way that you can actually impact it. Maybe even help hold the orcs and elves accountable for what they've done. Oh, but yeah, I totally forgot to answer the question. Yes, goblins do eat each other because they don't see anything wrong with it. They don't care. If you're not useful or they are hungry, they will eat the weakest member of their tribe. Well, tribe's not an actual good word for this. It would actually be clave.